Hello guys and welcome to MRC-X here in Jeddah. We've got the sprint race format ahead of us today, and it's going to be the night race around the streets of the Jeddah Corniche circuit. Today I'm joined by Mr. Simba. How are you?
Good, thank you, Connor, and good to be back on comms with you again.
Yeah, it's been 2 whole weeks since that absolute thriller in Brazil.
Yeah, you should have tried the Bahrain racing X last week. That was busy.
I watched it back. That looked almost like a lot of the other races this week.
Yeah, it wasn't the easiest to commentate with just a couple of driver comms, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But you're back this week, so we're rocking it.
Yeah, we're ready to go. Is it meant to be daytime?
Should be unrealistic.
Yeah, well, on my screen at least it says it's daytime, but
yeah, that looks it to me as well.
That could just be the fact that it's sprint race, though, to be fair. And it could qualify maybe in, I don't know how it works, but yeah, either way. We move on. Gab's already in the YouTube chat saying hi. So
yeah,
he's rather
let's
excited.
hope it fixes itself, that's for sure.
Yeah, we definitely.
Because I'm sure I've got it set to realistic like every other lobby.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. I remember when I set up tier 4 for Singapore in the day, sorry. That was interesting. But let's see.
Bahrain's a night race and I use the same settings, so
yeah, I use the same but it could just be sprint races, the qualies in the daytime or whatever. But
could be, because normally it's like in place of one of the practices.
Yeah, so that could be
let's hope
why.
we've not had a settings glitch here.
Yeah, let's hope not, because but guys, let's not forget, we're actually debuting red flags tonight. Not MRC red flags, actual in-game red flags.
Certainly are.
I think
don't want to be
I was gonna say,
don't want to throw one for the sake of it.
I was gonna say, I think the aim's gonna be to not see any red flags, to be honest. But around a track like this, it's more than possible because the walls are oh so close around here. But the man, the myth, the legend that is Kid Dynamite is not messing around in quali for once.
Hang on, this is Mr. I've had no practice.
Yeah.
He was doing the update. He messaged me about 15:15 saying the update's just copying, but it's really slow because he's still on the PS4. I'm hoping I get time to do a couple of laps in TT before it starts because I've had no practice.
He's
just gone and put it on pole.
Yeah.
By over 2/10. What is this man? He is ridiculous.
I don't even know what to say about him anymore. He is just... He's the Yano Opmir of MRC when it comes to pure speed. But there is your grid. Kid Dynamite will start the sprint race on pole. Saviour will be second. Mutts Nuts will take the Challenger tier pole. Keizer Soze in 4th. Single Track in 5th. Chris Bailey in 6th. Johnny Smooth in 7th. Chelsea in 8th. Night Shadow in 9th. Jadu Don in 10th. Lorpy 11th. Scottish Ninja in P12. Bat Mazo P13. Sneaky Turtle in P14. Dumbest Hornet P15, Gecko Matthew P16, Carl in P17, Jax the P18, Biff P19, and Richie starts P20. Those guys are all DSQ'd their laps. Any predictions for this race, Hedy? I'm not even going to ask you to predict a winner, just any predictions. How many red flags?
Hopefully none, but in a way I'd like to see at least one just to see what happens.
Yeah, I'd like to see it from a spectator point of view, because I actually don't know what goes on in a spectator point of view. But I don't think we're going to see any in the sprint, because I believe the sprint is too short to bring out red flags.
Well, this is looking a little darker for the sprint.
Yeah.
So I wonder if when you have sprint weekend on for Jeddah, it does qualifying in the daytime.
And
because this looks almost like it's going dusk.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, it's definitely darker than it was in one shot, let's put it that way. But,
yeah, one shot was an absolute brilliant sunshine.
Yeah, Mandy says good evening. Hello, Mandy. But
the #1 MRC fan.
Yeah, literally. We just need to get a race in now, Mark. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, let me just have a quick look at this.
We've got a formation lap, so we can take it nice and easy. But let's have a look. So Kid is actually running the default livery because he obviously had no time to do that.
It has actually changed the settings. I'm just looking at the settings now.
Oh, is it?
Put session start time as random.
Oh.
When I had it set to realistic.
Well, I haven't seen anyone complain about it, so I guess we can keep going. Everyone's in the same boat at the end of the day. That's the way I look at it. So it's still somewhat okay to keep going with. But let's have a little look while we're on formation at some liveries. Saviours. Black and white. Very nice. I don't know if his girlfriend made it, but I'm going to be honest. It's okay. Now we'll go to Mutts.
Is that only giving it okay?
Yeah, I'm giving it okay, just because I don't want to be too horrible in case his girlfriend made it, but it's okay. Mutts Nuts looks like a... I don't even know what it looks like, it just looks bright. I think he's just been inspired by Mr. Hodgson. Kaiser Soze just looks like a Shrek-mobile. It looks actually quite nice in some way. Martin's is actually really nice. He posted it in the Discord earlier. That is incredible.
Yeah, that is quite nice, is that?
Yeah. Bailey's. Let's go and have a look at the man that... I'm not going to say that. The man that fought to the very end of the MRC-X Elite Tier Championship last year. That's also pretty nice. But we'll come back to liveries because they're all lining up on the grid. I have no idea who's going to win this. I'm going to say Kid Dynamite for Elite, and I have to remember who's in Challenger now. And I'm going to go with
Mutts Nuts.
Yeah,
he's the highest in Challenger.
I'm going to go with Johnny Smooth for the Challenger. Have you got any picks?
I really can't call this one.
I know it's hard, isn't it? Because it's a street track as well.
I think it's going to be between Mutts Nuts and Johnny Smooth for the Challenger.
Yeah.
Whereas the Elite could be Kid Dynamite, could be Saviour, could even be Chris Bailey.
It could be absolutely anyone for all we know. But we're on 5 red lights for the sprint race, and we are underway. I've got the worst camera angle in history, and it appears that glitch where you just sit on the line for God knows how many minutes. Red flag. I've got a red flag on my screen.
So have I, and I don't know why. Maybe red flags are still glitched.
Red flag, everyone.
Let's let it reset, and if it does it again, we'll cancel the lobby and start again without red flag, and make sure we get the night time on it as well.
Oh my God! Well, that was a big pile-up caused at the start off the line, and now we've got a red flag.
Wonderful.
So, I hope you all enjoyed that race start. I thought Kid got away quite well when he eventually got going. Gav, did you cause that red flag, by the way? You're in YouTube chat. What did you do wrong?
Probably somebody complaining that it's not night time.
They reported us to the FIA, and then that's it. They pulled a red flag. But hopefully there's no glitches this time. Right? Okay. 3, 4, 5 red lights, and this time we're racing. Hey, let's go. Right, Kid. Why are we on lap 3?
Because of the red flag.
Oh, Kid's round!
Kid is, yep.
He spun it on lap. I don't know if there's contact. It almost looked like he went on his own, but Saviour has made a good start. Kaiser Soze's in P2. Chris is all the way up to P3. What a start he's made. I believe Kid may have had contact with Mutts Nuts, because Mutts Nuts has dropped a few places as well. But there's yellow flags galore. Let's get the track map up so that everyone can see it.
Back in, Connor.
Yeah, I'll get there eventually. But let's see. So a lot of people have gone for softs here. A lot of people have gone for, well, they've probably changed under the red flag, to be completely honest. But
probably have, yeah.
Chris has just made a move on Kaiser, and that is Chris into P2, and he's already ready to chase down Mr. Saviour.
Well, that's interesting. If you bring up the tyres, it shows you who's changed.
Yep, it does, because Saviour's on 2 laps and Chris is on 0. There's a yellow flag in Sector 2. Okay, no one... I think everyone is just about okay. I'm not going to lie, that red flag has really thrown me off big time. But Johnny
Well, it shortened it by 2 laps, I guess.
Yeah, but Johnny Smooth has just tried a move on Mr. Hills, actually. So Johnny Smooth is looking racy early on. Especially as single track is on the soft tyre. So
I wonder if Mr. Hills is... I think he's still running his no assists. He's probably still trying to get used to it a little bit.
yeah, this isn't the easiest track for that sort of virtual safety car. I wonder if that was brought out. I think that may have been Geke or Biff, because Biff is in the wall at the final corner. So yeah, virtual safety car.
Yeah, because Biff's got no front wing.
Yeah. Well, that was an eventful lap. Xavier seems to have good pace early on. Chris is still sort of there with him. Kaiser Soze chilling in P3. He made a great start, but the big loser at the start there is Mr. Dynamite.
Certainly is, all the way down to P13 after that impressive qualifying.
Yeah, he had that. I don't know if he rear locked or if he... Oh, Dumbest Hornet's got 5 seconds for a collision with Scottish Ninja, so that's strange.
Single track's got a drive through.
Yeah, he has. That is insanely unlucky. But it's only the sprint race, there's still plenty more laps to go in a 50% race. But Biff has retired from the session. Is that in the pit lane? Nope, now it's a virtual safety car again, so he's gone into the wall. I'm trying to work out where he's gone on track. Is his car still moving? I think it actually is in last place.
No, it's now gone.
Oh,
it was turn 3, 4, somewhere around there.
Oh, okay. He must have had cold tyres and lost it then. But the worst bit is Chris had an insane restart off that VSC there. Is he trying to overtake Xavier? It looked like he was trying to overtake Xavier then under the VSC.
Let's hope they can all keep the deltas so we don't get any more drive-throughs, because they're never good.
The annoying thing for Martin is he can't serve it on this lap, and he'd have probably wanted to. But let's see. So these guys are all just got to get the heat in their tyres ready for this restart. Gav is running the Red Bull livery, the Miami one.
Sneaky Turtle's just got himself a drive-through as well.
Yeah, he has. That is not the start he'd have wanted. Someone's gone round.
So Mr. Unimagination, he's running one of the 3 liveries.
Yeah. He'll blame it on last minute, but I blame it on Gav just being unimaginative, to be honest.
He already said in Discord he was either going to run the McLaren or the Red Bull.
I think from now on it should be a 5-point deduction from each race for every person that does it, unless there's a good reason for why you haven't got a pre-made, like your own made livery.
Well, I'll allow him to run it this one time. After that, he gets permanent grief.
Yeah, okay, that's good. A whole stream dedicated to Gav and abusing him.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Chris
I think
Bailey,
people
though,
should be allowed to run these once.
Yeah, I agree with that. But Chris Bailey's just taking the lead. Yeah.
He has. You have to work for him.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Yeah, you do.
It's a challenge on the F1 World to get that one.
Yeah, that's very true. But Chris is side by side with Xavier.
He's going to have the inside.
He's
going to be better on the brakes.
Xavier's really strong. I thought he was going to try and stick it around the outside then, but he's maybe going to try for the X out of 2, which he's actually got. He's had a bit of a twitch, but are they going to make a move down to 3 now? Not quite. Xavier's too smart for that. It's not an overtaking spot at all, really, is it?
No, it's not really. Especially not when he can sit there and get DRS on the long run down from the hairpin. Well, we can't really call it a hairpin. It's ridiculously fast for a hairpin.
Yeah, that is. Oh, there's contact! Gav and Johnny Smooth, and Johnny Smooth's in the wall. They were side by side coming into the S section, and Johnny Smooth has just got into a wall. I'm very surprised that didn't bring out a virtual safety car, because he got a lot of damage, I think. But let's see. Yeah.
Here we go. Xavier's got the DRS.
He has, but Chris seems to have better straight line speed. That's one thing I've noticed. He looks instant. But then actually, look at Xavier. Really, oh, he's got a bit deep though.
Very deep there.
Yeah.
But this is the big straight for it now.
It is. But we've seen the Leclerc and Verstappen sort of like smartness in this. I love these new camera angles on this game, by the way.
It is quite good.
You get the proper helicopter cam now, which is just well, like an even more distant one. But let's see, has Xavier got the straight line speed to get anywhere near Chris? Kaiser Soze's also hanging on to these guys pretty well now, but Xavier's still there. Not close enough for a move though. But look at Mutts Nuts, he's also now having a little look at Donny, but he backs out very, very smartly. But look behind, Scottish Ninja's having a look at Lorpy, but Lorpy just about hangs on. So I thought it was Kid Dynamite because he's running the same livery as Kid, but we shall see. But let's see what else is going on. So Mutts Nuts all over the back pretty much of Donny. Donny seems to be really, really strong in the first sector though, so definitely something to keep an eye out for. But let's look behind, because Dumbest Hornet is having a little look at Mutts Nuts now around the banked corner, but he's backed out of it. Ironically, Dumbest Hornet's actually running in 5th at the minute in the Elite Boys, so he'll be pretty happy with that.
Yeah. He's doing pretty well, and Donny is right up there. He's had a pretty good race so far.
He actually, yeah, he really has. Obviously,
he's
Mutts
up
Nuts
5 positions.
Yeah, Mutts Nuts had that contact lap one with Kid, didn't he? So that dropped him a few places, but Donny's really got going well here. So
Dumbest Hornet's in the DRS and making moves.
Yeah, he is. He's gonna get
He's
two.
got 2 for 1.
Yeah, wow, Dumbest Hornet is looking racy, but now Lorpy's had a look. He's got round the outside of Mutts Nuts. Is he going to go round the outside of Donny as well? He's not quite, but he's going to have to run on Donny because he got the wider line for the exit. Here comes Lorpy now. Let's go and have a look at Lorpy. Can he get close? He's side by side, heading into turn 1. And he's got the move done, and he's avoided Dumbest Hornet as well. Brilliant move and brilliant racing from all 4 drivers. Oh, Dumbest Hornet's in the wall! Oh, that probably has given him some sort of damage, but he holds off Lorpy at least for now.
Nothing visual damage-wise, I'm just looking at him now.
But those 4 cars deserve a lot of credit for all that racing in a few corners. That was really, really top quality from those guys.
Pretty sensible from the Challenger boys as well, not fighting the elites too much.
Yeah.
You've got your own race to worry about.
Yeah, definitely, I agree with you. And I mean,
this is the angle I used to take. Oh, Batmezo's out.
It's a shame for Batmezo. It's too late for a safety car though, because there's only 1 lap to go, so I don't think we're going to see anything like that. And I doubt we're going to see a red flag on lap 8.
If you red flag it now, it'd have to basically end the race.
Yeah, pretty much. But let's have a little look, because Xavier's got past Chris, which I have missed. But here comes Chris
as well.
He's having a little look.
Chris is right up him.
He is. Let's have a look. So Chris is going to get the run out the final corner. He's got the DRS. He's using his ERS, but he hasn't got much of it left. But here comes Chris. Which way is he going to go? He's not closing at the rapid rate you'd expect, but he's going to go round the outside of Xavier. He's going to try and make it stick. He's got a bit deep. It's going to compromise his line for 2. Xavier takes the outside line, and now Kaiser Soze's right there as well. He's going to try and take it to these guys. Kaiser Soze, obviously now the tier 1 driver, he wants to show what he's made of against these big boys.
Oh, of course he really wants to get in the mix now.
Yeah, he definitely does.
He's got to go into tier 1. You've got to get faster, or you're just going to drop like a brick.
Yeah, you really, really do. Dumbest Hornet though,
I'm kind of finding out.
Yeah, I mean,
I had some decent pace till I went up there.
Yeah, you did well enough on Monday. You were right in the shout for points for quite a while, but Dumbest Hornet now is right on the back of Night Shadow. So I don't know if Night Shadow's struggling. Dumbest Hornet clearly doesn't have damage from his turn 2 incident, so he's got some real pace here, does Dumbest.
I wonder if Gav's gone the wrong way on setup.
Potentially, and I mean he was a last minute reserve as well, so you don't know how.
And he didn't change his tyres under the red flag.
He didn't, but here goes Dumbest Hornet. Gav didn't fight it all that much. Don't forget, Gav is now. He may be a.
Here goes Chris.
Yeah. Oh, let's have a look into the final corner. This is on the final lap. Chris is sticking it around the outside. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Oh, this reminds me of Brazil all over again. But here comes Kaiser. No, Kaiser Soze's not close enough. Let's have a look. Xavier gets it. What is it with these guys are finishing less than a 10 behind each other?
0.065.
Wow.
If the DRS kicked in a little bit earlier, I think he'd have had that.
These guys have a habit of doing this, don't they?
They do. They just seem to be like magnets to each other. You can't separate them.
Yeah, Dumbest Hornet's 5-second penalties cost him a bit though. It's dropped him to 8th behind Carl, who actually now comes 5th in the elite tier. No, 6th after Lorpy.
Nuts takes the challenger win.
Yeah, what happened to Donny? We missed that. He's dropped all the way down to P13. So
Got the best of races for him. So Nuts, Scottish Ninja, and Chelsea is your challenger podium.
Yep, it really is. So that was, if that's a taster of what we've got to come in the 50% race, I'm really excited because that battle for the lead was going on the entire time. We had a good battle for, what was it, like P5 on track with Hornet, Nuts, Lorpy and Donny. So that was pretty.
A couple of good battles there.
Yeah, we did. That's just a taster of what's to come. Let's hope we get no glitches on the race start of the 50% race, though.
And not too many red flags, hopefully.
That would be absolutely splendid, please, guys. But we're not really in control of it.
We've already had one that shortened it by 2 laps.
Yeah, we did, but Saviour takes the win. Chris Petty comes home 2nd. Keza Soze in 3rd. Night Shadow in 4th. Nuts takes the challenger win in the sprint race. Lorpy in P6. Carl in P7. Dumbest Hornet P8. Kid Dynamite does recover to P9, which is pretty strong from him. Scottish Ninja P10. Chelsea P11. Single Track P12. Donny in P13. Johnny Smooth P14. Jackson P15. Sneaky Turtle P16. Geke in P17. Richie, who I think was the last finisher, in P18, and then Batnazer and Biff did not finish it. But I'm excited now for this 50% race.
It's quite exciting when we get a new season, we're on a new game. Everybody's still trying to get to grips with it, and it's kind of changing the order up a little bit.
Yeah, and the second race is at a street circuit. Like, you don't get much more excited than that, really, do you?
We certainly don't, and it looks like it's going to give us daytime again.
That's fine, we don't mind a bit of daytime Jeddah. I think everyone's enjoying it, really, even though it is much more glamorous in the dark, but...
Well, we get 4 races this week in the dark.
Exactly that. But, let's all... I'm interested to see what strategies people go for here. I think we're going to get a very big mix across the field.
So do I, to be fair.
So, I do wonder if anyone's going to go for the hards. Potentially the ones nearer the back to maybe try an alternative strategy. But this track's a lot higher on tyre wear than Bahrain was, with all the high speed, left, right, changing undulation as well, so...
Well, at least we'd have to try and work out whose tyres are going to last the longest.
No, we don't have to do that, that is very true. I'm still waiting for play. Okay, good. Right, we're now going to formation lap. But I will, on this formation lap, have a little look at everyone. The guys' liveries that I didn't look at before. So, Gabs is getting skipped over. We don't want to see that. Nuts we've seen. Lorpy was the last minute reserve. We'll let him off. Carl's is nice.
Let's have a quick look.
It looks semi-Toro Rosso like 2009.
Yeah.
Sort of.
That's quite a good livery, that.
Yeah. It's like a purpley... Yeah, it gives me Toro Rosso vibes. Dumbest Hornets I really like, by the way. We saw it a lot in that last race. It's really nice.
Yeah, I must agree, though. It's nice and bright. Stands out.
And it's sort of like rings Jeddah for some reason. But, yeah, kids obviously last minute in the session. Scottish Ninja. Very nice.
Makes a change to see a bit of a different colour.
Yeah, a bit of a colour scheme, yeah.
Even if it is Rangers themed.
Oh, I prefer Rangers. I prefer Rangers to Celtic anyway.
Oh, and Gav's going to hate you.
It's true, he knows it as well. Chelsea's running the Audi livery, which will get proudly skipped over. Martin's we've seen, it's very nice. Donny's, yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah. At least he's tried.
And I'm glad you made an effort to make a livery, that's all I'm saying.
It might not be to our taste, but if he likes it, fair play.
Yeah, Johnny Smooth. Again.
Lopi and Bit have had a bit of contact, both been disqualified now.
Yeah, they really have. Let's quickly have a look at tyres. Let's stop livery chat for a minute because we can see the last 5. But as we said, the field is very spread on tyres.
Certainly is. Only one's gone hard. The two's gone hard. Scottish Ninja and Richie.
Yeah.
Who I guarantee are in a party together anyway.
Yeah, we've got a Scottish takeover in MRC, so who knows what is going to happen. Let's get rid of everything off the screen. Let's just enjoy this start. Wait, let me make sure I'm on with the right. Oh, these camera angle at the start is awful because I can only see the back of the grid.
That's all I've got at the moment as well.
But the last time we got this camera angle, we got a red flag off the start. Just saying. But 2 red lights, 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 red lights, and go! We are racing at some point, so that's good. So let's see, Saviour, good start. Let's watch. Everyone seems to have got through pretty cleanly to start off with, at least. But let's see what's going on. So we've got big battles at the back towards the middle of the field. Single Track's made a good start as well. He's up a place. Jackson's just got past Donny for P13 as well. But everyone seems to have made it through one piece at the minute, which is important. We've got everyone says it's soft to medium supposed to be the fastest, but medium to hard is meant to be the second fastest track.
I suppose it depends how good you are on tyres and how well you can make them last.
Yeah, I agree completely. But we've got a lot of people writing. Bailey said, can you restart and put it tonight? No. Someone just put go Uncle Shiran. Cubing and okay, I don't even know who you are, but welcome to YouTube chat.
Someone cheering Chelsea on, I guess.
Yeah, I would guess so. But Chris is already having a look at Saviour. Wow, Chris is making moves left to right, right, left. He's had a look in the final corner and he's got the move done. He's had a bit of a twitch on the entry though, which is going to cost him. But here comes Saviour now. He's going to come back at him. He's in the slipstream. Saviour's going to probably move to the outside because Chris is defending quite heavy on the inside. But now he's moved to the outside. Is Saviour going to pull a last minute move? He's not. He's too sensible for that. Gav is in a bit of a battle. 4P4 with Nuts as well. Timings are all glitched. Apparently, Chris, Saviour's a lap down already. But
not on mine, it's not. So he's only 4 tenths behind.
On mine, it says he's 1 minute 32.7 behind. But we'll just ignore that.
On, I believe it was tier 4 as well.
Tier 2 as well, yeah. It happened in tier 2. But no, tier 3. Sorry, the one I was on comms for. But yeah. But it did reset itself eventually. Gav's gone super deep into the banking. He's just about got away with that. He just about kept out the wall. Brandon Ray, I think that's... Is that... Who's Brandon Ray? He says hello, mate.
Bullet, I think.
Oh, hello.
He's one of our new guys for definite. I believe it is Speedy Bullet.
I was going to say, I knew I'd heard of the name, but I wasn't sure where. But Kate Soze is looking really racy on the back of Saviour at the moment.
Certainly is. I wonder if he's going to be one to watch this week.
But Kate Soze did start on the soft, so he's going that soft to medium strategy. So...
Whereas I'll just be hoping not to get lapped this week.
I think I'll be doing the same thing, so don't worry about that. But
I'm really not a fan of this track personally.
I don't mind it, but then I've got on to practice this week and...
He's still there, Connor.
That was my mistake. But oh, Kaiser had a little look up the inside there though. But
he certainly did.
Yeah, he did. He's just about got away without contact. But yeah, my setup feels completely different to how it did like a week ago, and now my car doesn't work around here, so I have a bit of a problem. but we shall see if I can pull something out the bag. But Gab's sort of
Well,
lost touch with these guys. Yeah.
You've got the weekend to try and sort it out, so
Yeah.
it's not like it's race day and you're up next.
Yeah, exactly that. Oh, dumbest Hornets round at the banking.
Oh no, not good for Chris.
Not good for my tier 2 teammate. It doesn't give me a lot of hope that McLaren are scoring points this week. But Kaiser Soze right on the back of Xavier, hustling him everywhere. This is probably giving Xavier a huge headache, knowing that he wants to try and get on the back of his fellow, well, last season's championship compatriot, Mr. Chris Bailey. So I think Dumbest has just had another moment and gone again. But
overheated tyres, just trying to get them right again.
But Mutsnuts has just flown past Gav as well for P4, so
I had this problem in Tier 1 on Monday. I got the setup wrong, my tyres kept overheating, and I spent about 2 laps just drifting.
Yeah, that's always the way, sadly. But now Gav's coming back at Mutsnuts. He goes up the inside as Gav's gone super deep. He's taking the escape road across 2. He's probably going to have to give that position back to Mutsnuts. He hasn't straight away, that's for sure. But we shall see if he does at some point. But here come now.
Guessing it's not giving an illegal overtake then?
Well, no, the overtake he actually did before the corner, but the issue was obviously. Oh, virtual safety car.
We're on it. Backmazo's out.
Yeah, so I think Backmazo's gone in the pitch, you know.
I don't think he has, to be fair. Nope, he's on track at turn 3.
Okay, so Batmazo did have a moment. We've got a couple of cars in the pitch. Johnny Smooth, Biff, Richie and Single Track. So they all must have got damages. Oh, now it's a full safety car. Is this going to become a red flag? I do wonder.
I don't think we've got enough smashed up for it, but then again, we had nobody smashed up at the start of the sprint and it still gave us a red.
Well, I did see, I have seen videos of career mode where people just spin and you get a red flag put out. But
wasn't that before they fixed it?
It may have been, yeah, to be fair, but we shall see. But ultimately,
I think it also depends on sensitivity of it.
Yeah, very true. Martin
I've
also
got this on standard at the moment.
Yeah, that's probably the best one to put it on.
If we find it's a little too trigger happy, we can always put it on reduced.
Yeah, that's true, but Saviour's come in the pits, and so has Kaiser Soze, so they're using this safety car to get rid of those tyres. I think they're both going to put hards on. Let's go to the tyre screen really quickly. Yeah, both have gone for hard, so... No. Yeah, they have, so they're both going to the end on the hards, well, they're planning to anyway. So...
Interesting thought. See how it pans out for him, I guess. There's quite a few gone and done it.
Well, I mean, ultimately, all they have to do is stick with the pack and they're likely to jump Chris Bailey on the restart, so... Yeah. But Mutsnuts, he's now the man in P2. Yes.
I don't think they'll jump him on the restart, but I think they may jump him at the pit stops.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant, at the pit stops. Yeah, they'll get him at the pit stops because of the fact that he obviously...
But it depends how long you can run the mediums for and what the time difference is between mediums and hards.
Yeah, that's also very, very
how much
true.
gap Chris can actually pull out. And if he can make the mediums last long enough to go to the softs at the end, he will then be ultra rapid while they're on quite warm hards.
Well, part of the issue for Chris is he's now got a certain Mr. Dean in P3. So Chris is probably going to be praying that Dean doesn't get past Mutsnuts very quickly.
Wouldn't we all in that position?
Well, that's very true, but yeah. But I tell you something, the guys like Single Track, Dumbest Hornet, Biff, all those guys, they'll all be so happy to see this full safety car. It brings them back into play. So... I guess we'll have to wait and see, but let's go and have a look at the liveries that we didn't look at. Let's go and have a look at Biff, because I don't remember seeing his. His is also, I'm presuming, Rangers themed, because it's very blue.
Probably then. They're probably all doing it to wind Gav up.
Yeah, most likely, especially, well, to be honest, Gav's also running a blue car. Does that mean he's changed sides as well?
Don't think he'll ever change sides.
Well, that's what he gets for running a Red Bull. I'm now going to call him a Rangers fan.
What, like we did when he was in the Alpine?
Yeah.
We used to constantly call it the Rangers wagon.
Yeah. Richie, I think, is also doing the same thing. I know he's Scottish, but I don't know if he's a Rangers fan, but he's also running blue.
He is a Rangers fan.
Wow, so it's not only a Scottish takeover, it's a Rangers takeover. Gav is quaking in his boots.
I can guarantee you that much because I've spoke to Richie a few times.
Ah, well.
And I'm hopefully going to get round to giving him some coaching.
Yeah, well, it'll be good to... It's good to see him eager to race, though, and still going with everything, so...
Oh, unfortunately, this is not a track I can really coach you on, though, because I'm not very good on it.
I mean, this is, in general, this is just a ridiculously tough track, so... It's not a track.
The only coaching I can give you is, well, you tier 4, follow the racing line, and just don't crash anyone out.
Follow the racing line. I will never encourage that, no matter who you are. But
he's doing well. He's only recently just started playing the game properly. He's joined the league.
Yeah,
I think we need to give him a break, and
I'll let him
work up to him dropping the line and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll let him off. I can understand it with him.
It's like Scottish Ninja. I've given him a few pointers for dropping the line. RFC Danny, same thing. He moved up. He had to drop it.
Well, Scottish Ninja, I mean, just think about Brazil tier 3. Look at his pace without the line. He was on my back the entire time.
Biff will probably be the next one to work on it.
Yeah, Biff got good pace. He showed that. Kid and Nuts are exchanging positions.
Okay, that's random.
Yeah, Kid's now giving
Somebody's
it
probably
back,
outbreak themselves. But safety cars should have been called in by now.
Yeah. The whole field's together, I don't understand why it hasn't been. I still don't know why it got changed to a full safety car, to be honest. But it's a late call, extremely late call. So Chris is now going to have to warm his tyres. He's probably going to go very late.
To do with the gaps.
It must have been. Yeah.
Because if he's too far away from the safety car, it doesn't call it.
Yeah. So let's see what on earth is going to happen now. Chris is probably going to leave this till quite late because there's a whole straight. But look at everyone. It looks like the M25 on a weekday. But let's see. He has, and he's caught Nuts napping. Is Kid going to be able to capitalise on that early on? I don't think he is. But look at all of these guys side by side down the straight, or verging on side by side down the straight anyway. But everyone's just about
it's always mental on a restart, especially on this street tracks. They come down a long straight and it's a very tight couple of corners.
Yeah, it definitely is. Sabia just had a little look at Scottish Ninja into turn 4. Yeah, turn 4. So Sabia's trying to make those places up nice and early. Jackson's just gone super deep in the S section, but he's just about got away with it. He's not under too much pressure. But Chris has already built a 1 second gap to Nuts. So that's huge for him. Sabia's also passed Jackson now as well. So that's a big move for Sabia to get done.
He's really not messing about, isn't Sabia?
Yeah, he's definitely not. But I tell you something, look at the difference of where Sabia and Kaiser came out. That's kind of crazy.
Oh, Jackster's round.
Oh, he is. He's also got a penalty for something somewhere. But
I say that's Richie, innit?
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. But
3 second time penalty for track limits. He got it under a safety car.
But Kid Dynamite's just taken P2 from Nuts around the outside, so that's done. Now Kid Dynamite is unleashed onto the back of the blowhole. So let's see what's going to happen. Scottish Ninja's just made a move on Kaiser Soze, but he's had a bit of a twitch at the final corner, which is now going to unleash Kaiser and give him the better run down to the line. But look at how racy Mr. Night Shadow's looking behind. We are 3 wide down the pitch straight. Gav's going to try and make the double into turn 1. What a move from Gav!
Oh, contact!
Yeah, there was contact behind between Geke, Scottish and Kaiser though.
That's not ideal, but 3 into 1 never really works out well.
But how was that for a move from Gav?
certainly a good one. Chelsea's round now.
Oh, Chelsea. Who? Let me find who it was that cursed you in the YouTube chat. Whoever it was, you can punish him after. It was cubing enclosed. So, yeah, blame him. It's all his fault. But let's see. Lorpy right on the back of Mutsnuts now as well. Lorpy's looking very racy early on here as well.
There is a few strange folk that seem to like this track.
Yeah. Do you remember Hoseman ran this track? Wow.
He was absolutely insane round this track.
Is he still in the... I don't even know if he's still in the league, to be honest.
He's still in the league, but he last I heard, I think he'd sold his wheel.
Oh, okay.
And was planning on getting another one and coming back with this game at some point.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. But, I mean, yeah, he was arguably the best driver in this league at this game, this track. But
Sabia's just got bit into the final corner.
He has ran the outside. What move it was. Cubing in closer, that was motivating Chelsea. Yeah, but the motivation turned into a curse and now he's down in 18th place, so... Don't worry, it's usually me that gets the blame, so don't worry about it, but...
That's because you pull out the commentator's curse every week.
That's also true, but...
You literally own the commentator's curse.
I don't even know if it's a comment, it is the Connor curse. I just say someone's name and into the wall then go usually. That's why I'm trying to avoid saying names, I'm going to refer to them as something else. But Kid is exploring new track.
Although, vitally for Chris, the gap isn't coming down massively.
It's not. Is this where Kid's lack of practice is starting to show potentially?
Could also be a lack of setup as well, because he had to load one in the loading screen.
Yeah, that is also very, very true. But Xavier now right on the back of the ultimate flopster, Mr. Floppy Loppy. So let's see how close Mr. Xavier can get the defending elite tier champion, the GOAT of MRC. He's not going to be shy to make a move, but Loppy practically pushes Mutsnuts. Wow, well, I'm surprised Loppy didn't lose his wing.
100% the GOAT of MRC-X. Three times he's won that championship now.
Yeah,
since it got reinstated in season 6.
Yeah, that is for sure. But Loppy's made the move on Mutsnuts, and now Xavier's lining him up down around the final corner. He's going to have the straight line speed surely over Mutsnuts here. He's also going to get the slipstream from Loppy, but I think we're going to get another free wide moment. No, we're not. But through goes Xavier and into P3. Now, how quickly can he get on the back of Kid Dynamite and Chris Bailey? Those hard tyres are working nicely for Xavier.
They certainly are at this point.
Johnny Smooth's just made a move on Geke, but there's contact and Johnny Smooth's in the wall. Oh,
is that turn 1, turn 2?
Turn 2, yeah. But oh, it's a shame because it was a pretty good move from Johnny Smooth initially. Virtual safety car. You see, I don't know why it's throwing a virtual safety car there. It really didn't need one.
Took its time to kick in, did that?
Yeah, it really did. But I don't even think Johnny Smooth genuinely got damage. He hit the ball very slightly. But that calms it down a tiny bit. We've got 15 laps to go. I'm still interested to see how this is going to play out because Chris is obviously still got to pit, so's Kid. You'd like to think Chris may go for the softs at the end here.
I think he will, to be fair.
Because he's got to try and bomb his way back through, hasn't he? So
I think that's what we're hoping for, medium to soft.
Yeah, that is for sure.
If he has to put the hards on at this point, I think it's going to ruin his race strategy.
It really is, yeah, you're not wrong. Chelsea's got a drive through.
A couple of drive-throughs.
Yeah, I think Donny was the other one. That is those two.
He certainly was.
Chelsea's day goes from bad to worse. But I'll tell you something, the field's pretty spread other than Dumbest Hornet. He's right up the chuff of Mr. Ninja right now.
With a single track right up his as well.
Yeah, so that's a little interesting battle now for P9. So, but here comes Dumbest Hornet. He's got the DRS. He's going to get him before they even get to the corner. Through goes Dumbest Hornet. And now he's scheduled to chase Mr. Kaiser Soze. But Dumbest Hornet's also going to the end here. So, ironically, getting wing damage may have helped Martin and Chris here a little bit.
Possibly.
Which is one of the strangest things you can ever say, but as things stand, they'd currently jump Chris Bailey. So, actually, it'd be close, but...
Let's have a look. Gap to leader is around 20 seconds.
Yeah, so it'd be insanely close.
18.8 to dumbest Hornet. 21 to single track.
Yeah, so that
so
is
dumbest might do, single track and be very close.
Yeah. Well, then again, it also depends on how much Chris pulls away over the next few laps. But look at how quickly Saviour's catching Kid. He's taken about, I think he's taken about 1.5 seconds in about a lap and a half. So,
I think some of that may be VSC related.
Yeah, that's also true. But
if Saviour's got the jump better than Kid has.
Yeah, that is very, very true. Carl is right on the back of Gab as well right now, so it'd be interesting. I think Carl's actually lining him up, so here comes Carl. He's going to close, he's got the DRS. Gab goes defensive to the inside, Carl stays to the outside. Who's going to be better on the brakes? We know Gab is insanely strong on the brakes, but I think Gab's just about to go deep again. No, he's not. He manages to keep it going and
I think he's
keeps the
come out there
position
pretty well. Nuts has pitted.
He has, so he's taken the gamble. He's now obviously, I think he may still be the leader of the elites, of the challengers that have pitted. Oh no, Biff actually pitted. Biff's now like in the net lead after starting last.
Certainly is.
Actually, a Scottish Ninja pitted. He may have done.
Yes.
Okay, so
No,
Scottish
he
Ninja.
hasn't.
No, he hasn't. So yeah, Scottish Ninja.
So Biff is technically in the lead, but I don't think he's going to hold off Nuts for long.
Yeah. Oh well, Nuts has just been overtaken by Mr. Johnny Dingle. So.
Yeah, he seemed to get. I think Johnny went a little bit off track there, and that's what caused that.
Yeah, most likely, but.
Kaiser Soze's got.
Oh, Biff's had a moment.
We spoke too well about him.
It's the Connor curse again. I've noticed it only happens to tier 4 drivers because I say Chris Bailey's name a lot and he never seems to crash. Not that I want him to, of course, but
I was saying, don't be cursing the poor guy.
I would
Kid's
never do
pitted.
such a thing. But Kid is in, so he's going to go. Thing is, he needs something to sort of bring him closer to Bailey, but obviously that gap was just getting bigger at that point.
That's hard.
Yeah, certainly is. So
he doesn't think he can make the mediums work for long enough. What's Mr. Bailey going to do? He's got 4.4 seconds to save you at this point.
Yeah, he definitely has. Well, in was that Kaiser Soze just got insanely close to the wall on exit at turn 5 there, so he's lucky not to have got any damage. But Carl's driving a little solid race here in P6.
Yeah, I've been quite impressed with him the last few weeks.
Brazil, I think it was. Was it Brazil where he had an absolute blinder?
I think he got third.
Yeah, he had. Yeah, he was driving absolutely insanely in around Brazil. He was even keeping it with Chris Bailey for majority of the race.
Yeah, which is not an easy thing to do.
It's not, unless your name's Connor around Austria, then you can like be on his back the whole time. But we won't talk about that too much. Kid already though, right on the back of Dumbest Hornet. So.
You can't keep Dean down for long.
You definitely can't. I don't think Chris would even fight it for that long. He already knows what's coming. They're down the back straight and Kid's taking about... Yeah, Chris is just like, see ya. Off you go. Have fun. But
the guy's ridiculously fast. He barely practices and still pulls it out most weeks.
Yeah. He just can't do pit entries, bless him. If he did that, he'd be the perfect driver. He hates me so much whenever I say that about him.
He's definitely one of our best drivers, though.
Oh well, no doubt about that, 100%. But yeah, he's with no practice. He's still
gap's coming down between Saviour and the blowhole.
Yes,
now.
he's taken about a second out of him over the space of the last lap and a bit. So definitely be interesting.
The mediums are coming to the end of the life now.
Yeah, you can definitely tell Chris is trying to stretch these 3 seconds with Dumbest Hornet as well. That is not going to help him at all. But Martin seems to have been a bit caught out here. I don't know if he's having some moments where he's got some damage, but he's now just been over... Yeah, Martin's just gone off track, and he's got end plate damage, so Martin's hit the wall somewhere.
Very easily done here.
Yeah, the walls are very, very close.
That helicopter shot is amazing, and it really does show you the level of detail they've gone into the scenery of this track.
Yeah, it also shows you, like... The normal camera angles don't give the speed difference between the cars much justice, but when you get that like really long distance helicopter cam, you really get to see the speed difference. And yeah,
it's quite impressive scenery.
Yeah,
just
it really
a game
is.
As well. Jackster's retired. Safety car.
Oh, now that actually helps
is
Mr.
where we're
Bailey.
going to see Chris pit.
That really helped. He's obviously going to lose the lead still, but it's not going to drop him anywhere near as far back from Xavier. So let's have a little look. Scottish Ninjas dove straight in the pits. This is also going to help him potentially get back in with a chance of winning the race for the Challenger boys anyway, so...
I mean, Chris will lose the lead of the race, but under safety car he's going to certainly not lose as much time.
Do you know what? I think he's still going to come out.
He could potentially come
P2.
out P2.
Yeah.
Because Lorp is like 16 seconds behind.
And we're going to get a safety car here for probably, you would think,
and
till... Yeah.
Lorp needs to pit.
Yeah, but the only thing is Gab's only got 2 seconds. But no, Gab's probably going to go to the end on hard at this, unless he's just going to take this chance to pit. Maybe Saviour's going to pit with Chris, just so they've got equal tyres.
Yeah, are they going to go track position or are they going to go for tyres?
This
is the question.
One thing we've seen as well is this track is not the most difficult to overtake at. We've seen a lot of overtaking, haven't we? So Martin's got another drive through for speeding under the safety car.
Has he got some kind of timing glitch where he's not actually seeing the times?
Yeah, I'm really not sure. It doesn't make sense, but Chris is in.
Chris in the... Saviour's gone in.
Yeah, I had a feeling that would happen. He might as well match Chris, because he knows the guy in third place, which is Lorpy, is going to have to pit. Gav may take the lead here. I've got a feeling Gav does stay out, as does Kaiser Soze as well. So those guys have gone for track position. Kid Dynamite, what's he going to do? He's also gone for track position. So...
Saviour's got out ahead of Chris.
Oh, wow. What happened to Chris? Did he have damage that we didn't know about? Because the gap was 5 seconds.
He must have done.
So Chris must have had...
You would not get held up in the pit lane for that long, even if somebody was in your box.
Well, no one could have been, because Chris was the race leader, so...
People were pitting though.
Yeah, that's also true. But that, I think Chris must have had some sort of damage we didn't know about. Because he's just been totally jumped by Saviour. So Saviour's call to pit now looks even more brilliant. But Gav is leading Jeddah. You know right now Gav is screaming.
Like an absolute mental patient.
You know how much he loves Jeddah, because like you just summed up, Gav is a mental patient. So right now Gav is in a corner somewhere, probably he's probably on AI trying to fathom what is going on.
I'm probably working out how slow he can get away with doing the restart.
Don't put ideas in his head, please. I'm actually going to put the telemetry on just for the restart, just to see what speed he's going.
I don't need to put ideas in his head. He will go slow if he wants to go slow.
I don't even ever want to even think about what goes through that man's head at times, to be completely honest with you. But
I'd rather know what goes on in his head than have his search history.
Well, to be honest, his search history is probably just what he thinks in a second anyway.
But the thing is, what's in your head can't really get you arrested. Your search history might. And considering some of the random stuff he comes up with, I really don't want to know what his search history is.
Yeah, well, think about some of the stuff he said on comms. He must have searched it, which is actually disturbing. Uh, I think that's Slayer in YouTube chat. He says Saviour's got this in the bag. I think it's Slayer. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry.
It is.
B17 wants Chelsea and Soze to do well. Soze's definitely in a good position here to pounce. If he can get Gav nice and early, and Gav can play buffer. Soze, who's actually, don't forget as well, ex-Challenger tier champion, so...
Well, they both are.
Well, yeah, that is very, very true. And Kid's also, I think, yeah, Kid's won the Elite tier. Kid must have won the Elite tier at least once.
I think that was when MRC-X was initially out.
He's won it since then as well, hasn't he? I think. I could be wrong.
Can't remember. Let me have a quick look at the Hall of Champions.
Don't worry, I look at that every day. Now.
Now you finally own it.
Yeah, I was on the Hall of Bottle Jobs before. That should be a thing in Discord as well. Chris would be top. Sorry, Chris.
No, Kid Dynamite has won a title twice. He won the MRC-X in Season 3, which was when it was first out, and then he won the Elite Tier Championship in Season 8.
Yeah, I thought he'd won a restart one as well. I had a feeling he did, but... Wow, so Kid's actually a 3-time champion in MRC as well, because he won the Tier 1 once as well, hasn't he?
Twice.
Oh, he hasn't won
That
Tier
was
1?
when I was on.
Oh, wow.
Tier 1 Season 8, and MRC-X in Season 3.
Oh, okay. Alright,
The ex-champion since we restarted is Mark Hodgson, Saviour, Erapel, Saviour.
Saviour, one thing I'm learning here is you just need to start being nice to everyone else and just let someone else have a title.
And Challenger tier is Bit, Energy Dan, who's not with us anymore.
You.
Myself, Kaiser Soze, and Night Shadow.
Yeah, so... At least they varied it in the Challenger tier, but the issue is the guys that win the Challenger tier can't then ever fight again for the Challenger tier, so you can't really have a repeat winner of it, can you?
True.
So...
And you've never had a chance because you're always on comms.
You never know, maybe actually no, because now I'm tier 2, I won't even get to fight for that one anyway, so...
No, you really would have to bottle it and go back to tier 3, which won't be easy being a champion. You'd normally be expected to stay up a few seasons first.
Yeah.
Like Fire J.
Yeah,
he's won tier 3 before, went tier 2 for many seasons, he's only recently gone back to tier 3.
Yeah, he won it in my first season in MRC.
Season 4.
Yeah.
In the Mercedes.
Yeah, he definitely did. Dumbest Hornets went up that season.
J Jones, I believe.
Yeah, he was also a very frequent commentator back in those days as well.
Well, apparently he joined the league as a commentator originally and then decided he wanted to race when MRC-X was on.
Yeah, very good point. Martin says, we've got an answer. Martin says, keep getting that jumping delta time. What a nightmare.
Really hate the delta times on this game sometimes.
Yeah. But I am quite impressed with these guys, I'm not going to lie. We've had, what, 2 safety cars? It's been, compared to Bahrain, in all tiers, it's been very, very good. Very well behaved, very respectful.
There's only tier 4 that didn't get a safety car.
Yeah. So basically, tier 1, tier 2 and tier 3, if you want to learn how to race, watch tier 4.
Well, tier 1 only had 1.
Yeah.
And that was because our good friend and fellow commentator, Mr. Hodgson, had a spin and hit the wall.
Oh yeah,
he did. Rear wing.
Yeah.
That was what caused the safety car, I believe, and I think we had 1 virtual.
Yeah, tier 3 I lost count, tier 2 I lost count after about 6.
Tier 2 had a lot, tier 3 had a lot.
Yeah, they definitely did.
Me and Mark were on comms for tier 2.
Yeah, tier 3 I've never had so much fun stewarding in my life, by the way. That was incredible. But
I know how much you love it.
not that day I didn't. But we've got the safety car coming in, so now this is where it all counts. How quickly are Saviour and Chris going to burn their way through past the guys on the hards? 20 viewers for MRC-X. This is incredible. Enjoy this sprint race to the end. Well, let's hope there's not another safety car. But let's see. When is Gavga? This is right. Yeah, there was nearly a huge pile up there, wasn't there?
I think Sabio actually clipped the back of Kid Dynamite. Chris Bailey's lost out to Dumbest Hornet.
He has. Dumbest Hornet. Oh, who's that round?
Soze's round.
Yeah, Soze's gone round. I saw it. I did catch it, but I wasn't 100% sure who it was. But Saviour's now having a look at Kid, but he's backed out a bit because, again, Saviour keeps having a look into that corner.
Seems to really like that corner and be quite good on the brakes for it.
He does. He manages to just about back out each time, though, before we see an aeroplane crash into that next corner. But Gav is defending for his life. If I know Gav, he is absolutely going to defend this. He's going to want this win more than anything in the world. So, oh, but the Kid's already side by side. But Gav may get the exit. Gav's also probably running 0-1 wings, so good luck.
Kid's got him.
Kid has got him. That's going to now leave him vulnerable. But Kid's also had just a little bit of a moment. Gav gets insanely close to the wall, but here comes Saviour. Saviour's also through. He's now in. Oh, Gav's sort of there though. Gav's actually made it back. Is he going around the outside? Wow, great driving from Gav and Saviour not to absolute a virtual safety car.
That could be why Saviour backed off then.
Yeah, potentially that would make sense. But Gav's closing speed there was absolutely insane.
It really was.
He must have maybe used his ERS quite late on down that straight.
Surprisingly, they've all got quite a lot of ERS left.
Now we've got a full safety car.
You cursed it when you said about, I hope we don't have no safety cars.
Oh, yeah, I take the blame. I am Michael Massey. I call everything that's going to happen without even saying it's going to happen. All I have to do is say a word and then there you go. Like, rain. Boom. It's going to start in about 2 laps time.
No, this is so not right.
No, but anyone would honestly think I am Michael Massey with the way I predict things on comms. It's like what's happened to Dumbest Hornet? Oh, he's in the pits. That's what's happened to him. Okay, that makes sense.
4 people have chosen to pit at this point.
Yeah. I'm kind of like, I don't blame Kid for staying out. If I was Gab, I'd have maybe came in.
Yeah, he's on 15 lap hards. So's Casey Soze.
Yeah,
I'm surprised neither of them took the opportunity. Well, Gab's probably thinking, this is probably the highest I'm going to get, so I'm going to stick at it. Even though all these guys behind me are on softs or mediums.
Well, the thing is, there's no championship battle at the stage of this season, really, is there? So everyone sort of has that mindset of, okay, if things go my way, I could end up being in there. It's a new game, anything can happen, can't it? So
certainly can.
Slayer says this is going to help Saviour and Bailey save those tyres. Yeah, it definitely is for the 3-lap sprint. Yeah, that is for sure. But Bailey seemed to be a bit off the pace on that restart. He didn't seem to be as almost fighty and everything as Saviour was. But
I think he was maybe just letting it play out ahead of him and waiting for an opportunity.
Yeah, potentially. It is quite sensible to do that. We might get a lap of DRS by the end of this race. It wouldn't even surprise me potentially if it did come in this lap, you know, because the whole field is now bunched. It would be nice if it came in this lap. Come on. But you're listening to me. Burns, you're listening to me. Come on. Go in. He's not going to, is he? But
depends what Mr. Massey says.
Well, yeah. He got sacked for a reason. All lap cars may now overtake themselves.
I don't think we've got any.
Oh, well that's just boring, isn't it? Mutz has dropped a bit far back here. He's actually over a second behind Chris for whatever reason. Close up to the pack, please.
I mean, if you were playing Michael Massey, you'd go, all Challenger tier guys can now go to
win the race. They can now win the race and take all the points away from the elite tier guys.
Yeah, we won't give elite tier points tonight.
Yeah, you get double points. Oh my god, that would be something, wouldn't it?
I think something like that was looked at as a concept, but it'd be too hard to implement.
Yeah, I think it was more they get like a certain amount of points for every elite tier they beat or something, wasn't it? It was something like that was spoke about.
Yeah, but trying to implement it would be an absolute nightmare, to be fair.
I think it would just give whoever's doing results a bit of brain damage trying to work it all out, especially if it's in a sprint route weekend as well. That would just be, well, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really fancy trying to work that out every week.
Yeah, that is not...
Since I've got the results back at the moment, because our good friend Simon is prancing about on the stage.
Yeah, he's got his last show next week actually, so he should be...
He was finishing his exams, wasn't he, which is why I took him in the first place. And
Yeah.
now he's back prancing around on the stage, and yeah, it might be his last show next week, but he'll probably end up with another one.
Yeah, I know, Simon, it probably will, but it just gives me all the more reason to make him sing on comms.
He never sings on comms though, that's the problem.
No, but the issue is this season I don't have a comms with Simon.
I don't think I do either.
We actually have a tiered comms together this season, me and you.
I believe we do, yeah.
Yeah, we have a tier 4 comms. I can't remember which track it's at, but we do. So, we can... you can get to witness the Connor curse in tier 4 live in front of...
I thought it was tier 3, but could be wrong.
It could be. It's one of the two, but...
It's
yeah.
Definitely a Wednesday race anyway.
Yeah, that is for sure. But...
because I know I've no more tier 2 races.
I'm trying to think what... I think I have tier 1... I think I have like one tier 4 and then the rest are tier 1 and tier 3, but... yeah. It feels weird commentating on tier 3 for me, but...
Although there could be some changes again now with Geki earning a promotion the other day.
That's also a very good point. And Gab now going to tier 2 as well. But let's see what is going to happen. Gab's already under so much pressure from Saviour. Saviour's right up his chuff. He's using that ERS. He's actually looking down the inside into turn 1. And Saviour's got it done very, very quickly. Gab's still sort of having a look, but Saviour's going to get him on the exit. He's got the much preferred exit line. And now here comes Chris. He's also having a little look. But he has to back out.
That was tight.
It was. That was so close to contact between the two of them. But good space given on the inside from Gav. But Saviour's now going to run off. And now he's going to try and get the almighty Kid Dynamite. But look at Gav and Chris. They're side by side.
I think Chris has got this done.
He has. That is for sure. Chris is on the move. Gav is now dropping back a tiny, tiny little bit. Those hards have definitely gone. That's what you get for doing 17 laps on them in a Red Bull. It's karma. Oh, Sneaky Turtle's out.
Sneaky Turtle's out. He's lost it coming off the hairpin.
Yeah. He definitely has. Now, I'll tell you what though, Saviour's actually dropped back from Kid.
Yeah, the mighty Dynamite, the middle-aged firecracker is absolutely on fire on them hards.
He really is, and...
here comes Chris!
Yeah, Chris is closing. He's round the outside, into the... oh, he's gone deep. Super, super deep. But he's actually gone for the switchback. He's gone for the switchback, and now he's down the inside. This is a battle that I think we're going to see all season long yet again. But...
it certainly is.
Let's see. Chris is through, but he's gone a bit deep. That's going to hinder him out of turn 2. Saviour's got the inside line, and he's going to get him back. These two. Please, you're going to kill me one of these days.
They're going to kill us all season. I can see it coming.
Yeah, this is...
there's one thing to say for this game. It has really made the racing a lot closer.
It definitely has, yeah. It is... ironically, as much as it's harder to follow in real life, I find it actually easier to follow on this game than last year's. But, yeah, maybe I'm just weird.
I think also it's made it so... obviously you're not worrying as much about the traction, so you can just get the power down and go for it. So the racing is a bit more fast and furious at the moment.
Yeah, that is very, very true. B17 said when we're on comms together, if it's tier 3, we're not allowed to mention his name. Well, your name is now officially getting mentioned. But look at the run Chris has got on Saviour. I don't think Saviour's going to have much to respond with here. But then Chris won't have DRS though, that's the thing. So Saviour might actually be okay, but they're both actually really quick. But Chris is going for that line again to try and get the exit. But this time they're both so much closer to Kid Dynamite.
Certainly are.
Chris, I don't think he's going to be clear. He's going to have to sort of launch one. He's going to have to be incredibly late. But no, Chris is way too sensible for that. But fastest lap from Saviour. He nailed that one. But I'll tell you something. But I'm going to turn telemetry off now, but a little secret for everyone else. Saviour's got a lot more of the juice
Single
to play
track's
with.
out.
Oh, he is.
It looks like a pit lane.
Yeah, that may well be pit lane. You may be right there. But this is now down. Oh, I can just see this. It's going to be a last 2-lap shootout between these three. But Chris has a look into the banked corner. And Chris has gone round the outside. But now he's gone too deep and it's lost him a bit of traction on the exit. But now they're side by side. Saviour's going to have the outside. Chris is going to have the inside. How have they made it through there in one piece?
Chris has gone for the switchback again. He's on the inside.
Oh my, what is going on?
This is absolutely insane.
How have they not come together?
DRS as well. Here he comes again.
But they,
he didn't have, he held back a little bit there to get the DRS here.
Yeah, he really is. But here comes Chris. Chris is flashing. Saviour isn't. So Saviour's still got a lot more juice to play with. Oh, they make it. They have a little wheel bag. They'll be friendly because these two absolutely love each other. But Chris has actually got him. But Saviour may be able to get him back here because look at that red light on the back of Chris's car.
Saviour's not doing massively better though.
But here comes Saviour. I think he's going to get it done. He is. But now it comes down. Oh my goodness, we've got a final lap shootout between these two again. This is just saving Kid Dynamite. This is just handing him the win and potentially putting him well in with a statement for this championship this season.
I think it'd be good to see Kid have another one, but
it'd be nice to see Kid up against these guys.
Races to go.
These two are the two elites in, like, Chris and Saviour now, I think, are the two that are, well, throw G-Star in there as well, sadly couldn't make it today. But look at Carl in P4, may I add.
He's having an absolute beauty of a race, so he's got Lorpit absolutely pushing him around this track at the moment.
He really has, but let's have a look. Is Chris going to be able to get anything done? He's going to have been harvesting a lot. Here he comes. They're side by side. Chris has got the DRS.
Not the most sensible place to do it because you've got the back straight to worry about.
You have.
Unless you can get in DRS of Kid.
But look at this. They are both. Oh, Saviour actually runs off track. That's going to cost him. But no, he's already closing. Let's go on board with Saviour. Oh, this. Chris has.
DRS as well.
It's actually saved Chris, but is Saviour going to... Oh, there's contact! Saviour's gone into the back of him! Chris has gone wide! Chris is in the wall!
Oh... It's literally a Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen moment.
Oh... That was...
mental end to a race.
But Carl does come home in P4, Lorpy P5. Johnny Smooth, my prediction. I actually predicted a driver and he didn't curse him. He takes the win. Muttnuts P7, P2 as well. And Gav finishes P. I think Gav overall will be pretty happy with P6 in the elite there.
He will, yeah. And Donny's made the podium as well. Biff's got himself fourth with Scottish Ninja fifth.
Yeah, a good day for the Scottish lads here in general, I would say.
And I think Richie's getting points as well. I think he finished.
Yep, he did. He got to the end, but what a
driver of the day for Biff. He certainly had a good one. Kept his nose clean.
Yeah, he definitely did. That was very, very strong from Biff. Very, very strong. So, wow, what an ending! Like, we knew that last 5 laps was going to be intense, but again, those two. But Kid Dynamite does take the win. This could be a season-long battle between these three, and maybe throw G-Star in there as well. This could get super, super exciting.
So Biff went 20th to 10th, Johnny Smooth went 14th to 6th.
Yeah.
Fastest lap to Dumbest Hornet.
Yeah, he did. So sadly, there's no point for that though for him, is there? So, but there is your classification. Chris Bailey takes. Hold on. That race result. Kid Dynamite takes the win. Chris takes second. Saviour in third. Carl in fourth. Lorpy in fifth. Johnny takes the Challenger tier win. Muttnuts takes second. Night Shadow will come home in 8th. Donny takes the last podium space for the Challenger. Then you got Biff, Scottish Ninja, Dumbest Hornet, Geke, Kaiser Soze, Chelsea, Richie, and then the DNFs were Single Track, Sneaky Turtle, Jackster, and Back Mazo. Who's your driver of the day?
I think I'm probably gonna have to give it to Johnny Smooth on that one.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna agree with
He's
you.
finished amongst the elite guys. He's P6 on the road. He's come from 14th on the grid to do it.
Yeah, I mean, part of me
I
wanted to
think
go
he's
with
had a
Kid
couple of
Dynamite.
moments as well, and he's pulled it back. Well, we could do one elite, one challenger.
Yeah, alright, so we'll go Johnny Smooth for Challenger, and I'm going Kid Dynamite for Elite. But I think just for the fact that he lost the lead and was last at the start of the sprint race and ended up winning. So
He literally has done a Hamilton in Brazil in 2021.
yeah, he literally has.
In the course of a sprint race and a feature race, he's gone from last to first.
Yeah, literally, but that was super impressive. I'm impressed by the driving as well. That was incredible tonight. But Saudi will throw up its surprises all week long. Don't forget, Monday 7 o'clock we're here for Tier 2, and Monday 8:45 for Tier 1, and then the same times for Tuesday. And then we're back here in Australia, I want to say is next, for MRC-X next week. I can't remember the format, to be completely honest, but you will
It's a normal one next week.
So we've got a normal format next week, so that is something to tune in and watch, and I'm sure you'll see the great battling we saw at the front again next week. But for tonight, I think we're all done. Is there anything you want to add, Mark?
No, I think we are about done on that one.
Yeah, so that'll be it. Don't forget to tune in next week, like, subscribe, put your notifications on so that we can, when we go live. But yeah, have a good night. Goodbye.